This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City.
Hello, and this is Emily Frankel.
Hello, John.
Hello, Emily. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing
I haven't
all right.
seen you for 15 minutes.
That's right. I haven't seen you for 15 minutes.
John, I want to have a serious conversation
Oh, my God.
about the FCC.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible. Is that a
It is not
FCC word?
No,
No. What is
it's
it?
the Federal Communications Commission.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about bad stuff.
Bad stuff.
Are you ready?
Yeah. What
Okay.
is this on this
I want
bad
to talk
stuff?
about stuff that's bombarding us all day long. Cars, new cars, but they look like the old cars. Medicines, vitamins, improve your sex life. My goodness, we have that how many times a day? Lose weight, vacuums, sex pills of all kinds, and 2 pills a day are better than 8 pills. Everybody knows that.
Sex pills?
No, 2.
Well,
No.
I'm sorry. No, most of that stuff
2
you're
pills
talking
a
about
day
was
is
sex.
being sold a great many times.
Oh, you mean like Anacin as opposed to...
Well, it's
aspirin?
Tylenol
Tylenol?
versus Aleve, but I didn't want to attack people in public. So
Okay.
pretend I didn't say that.
Okay.
I just want to say that 2 pills are not better than 8. The 8 pills are safer. The 2 pills that are being sold
Not-
are not good for many, many people and have many more side effects.
You don't have as much control over it, do you?
No, but that just feels like it's wrong information being permitted to be sold to us. And then,
As if it's so important to only take 2 pills as opposed to 8.
and it isn't.
No, it isn't.
It's just overdone.
No.
And furthermore, there are promises being made. You're going to live longer. You're going to be less depressed.
You're going to be prettier.
Oh, definitely
And
prettier.
people will love you more.
And you'll get to the bathroom much more regularly.
Is that false advertising? That doesn't happen? No, I'm
Are
just
you
asking.
asking me
I'm asking you.
personally?
I mean, what are the
I am
commercials?
not going to declare my bathroom habits
Oh, not
right
you. No,
now
not,
on public.
No, not
Okay.
no.
Here's
Forget
what concerns me.
What?
Aside from the promises come with the litany. You know what the litany is.
Oh.
If you feel nauseous, if you feel like vomiting, if you feel faint, if you feel sort of disoriented,
You mean all these terrible things that can happen if you take the medication?
that's right, and they repeat it each time over and over and over again, and it sounds like the same litany to me.
Yeah. Well, it covers everything from...
And if you start to die, you better call your doctor.
That's right. They cover. It's interesting. They give these pills for very specific things that it will cure you of, but you have all these possible side effects from nausea to death.
And call your doctor. You know what happens when you call the doctor?
You get an answering service.
Right.
At least that's what happens to me.
Well, not always.
I hope not. My doctor's not one.
Okay. So I'm concerned, and I'm very concerned also that commercials are happening too often, and there is no limit on their length. Some
No.
commercials are really longer than the segment of a show that we're watching. And
Didn't
it's
there
like,
used to be rules
I
against that?
thought there were rules, and I thought there were controls. I thought there were rules about bad words. I hear bad words slipped in all the time, accidentally, but they're there.
Let me ask you something and before you get off this subject. I have trouble. Quite often I'm listening to a program and I keep putting the sound up and then suddenly, boom, the commercial blasts out at you.
That's exactly one of the things that's making me upset and angry. That's part of the bad stuff.
Bad stuff. That's
And
it. Now I'm beginning to understand what
abuse.
you mean by bad stuff.
Abuse
Abuse?
and a violence that's dramatized all the time. How can children grow up? How can we grow up without seeing all the time, day after day, ugly, abusive, violent things?
Well, I don't know, but that's a subject we'll have to get into another, because I must admit that there's something terribly intriguing about seeing all this violence. Although I get sick by watching it.
It gets to be a violence habit, and then if you don't have a show that has violence, you sort of miss it. Well, all I want to say is, I've listed the bad stuff, I got it off my chest. I think that we are bombarded with B baloney.
Oh, BS. I mean, you got to watch what you're saying here.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, you have to
So
wait
I'm
until
saying it.
you have to wait until after 10 o'clock in the evening before you say it on TV.
Then can we watch TV at after 10 o'clock?
Yes, and we'll watch some of that BS. I love you, though. See you next week. Join us again. Thank you for being here, and bye-bye.
This is AI.R. See you next week.